Welcome back to our channel, where we share the latest news and untold stories about Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and her royal family. We've got some news for you today. Catherine's heartbreaking as Michael Middleton grapples the emotions amid her cancer update. During the time that Michael Middleton was seeing his beloved daughter, Princess Catherine, while she underwent treatment for cancer, he discovered that he was experiencing a variety of emotions that he found difficult to explain. This information was given by a close friend of the Wales family. Seeing her go through the physical side effects of the treatment, which included the loss of hair, vomiting, and the chronic discomfort, it was a traumatic experience for him. He was able to see her suffering through these uncomfortable changes. In addition, the source added that he was unable to bear the sight of his daughter being in such great pain and seeing her body being ravaged by the powerful pharmaceuticals that were supposed to be saving her life. He was unable to endure the sight. In addition, as he saw her shift right in front of his eyes, he noticed that her formerly vibrant vitality had lessened as a consequence of the harsh realities of cancer treatment. He was conscious that he would do all in his power to relieve her pain. During the most recent update, Princess Catherine made the decision that she would continue her chemotherapy treatment at Anmer Hall. Meanwhile, the children would continue to reside in Adelaide Cottage with the assistance of their grandparents. During the time that she was getting treatment for cancer, this choice was made in order to protect the children from seeing her ill changes. During the time when Princess Catherine was going back to Anmer Hall to continue her chemotherapy treatment, Michael Middleton and his wife Carol joined forces in order to provide their grandchildren, George, Charlotte and Louis, with unwavering support and exceptional care. Even though the couple was conscious that their daughter needed to focus on her health and rehabilitation, they were firm in their attempts to ensure that their children had a feeling of being protected, loved and properly cared for during their challenging time. They were determined to make sure that their children had a sense of being cared for in an appropriate manner. Michael Middleton came to the realization that he wanted to be there for his children in a new way when he saw that their mother's physical alterations as a consequence of her chemotherapy treatment. George, Charlotte and Louis are the children of Princess Catherine. And during the time that they were witnessing their adored mother go through such a tough phase, he was able to grasp the sentiments and perplexity, fear, and despair that they must have had swirling in their heads. During this stressful period, Michael made it a point to spend more time with his grandchildren, in order to offer them with comfort, reassurance, and a sense of stability while they were going through it. To ensure that they were able to freely express their emotions, he made it a point to pay attention to their worries, respond to their queries to the best of his abilities, and offer a safer atmosphere in which they could freely express themselves. He comforted them with a bear hug, wiped away their tears, and assured them that they were loved and supported regardless of the circumstances that they were going through. He made an attempt to shield them from the most terrible elements of their mother's suffering, while at the same time being honest with them about the actual nature of the situation. He was able to do both of these things. His explanation of what was going on with their mother and the reason she was undergoing treatment was conducted in a language that was appropriate for their age group. He also explained why she was receiving therapy. His emphasis was placed on the fact that their mother was making all possible effort to ameliorate her health. Additionally, Michael encouraged the children to express their feelings via the mediums of drawing, writing, or even simply the act of talking to him. He used these methods to convey their feelings. The fact that it was okay for children to experience emotions such as fear, grief, or rage was something that he made sure that they were aware of. He also made sure that their sentiments were acknowledged and cherished. Michael Middleton was able to support his grandchildren in navigating the difficult sentiments and uncertainties that developed as a consequence of watching their mother's body change when she was getting chemotherapy. This was made possible by his presence, his love, and his compassion, and they were reminded that they were not the only ones feeling the emotions that they were. and that their family would be able to make it through this challenging time together. His presence provided a source of peace and fortitude for them during the terrible time. During the time that Michael and Carol were employed at Adelaide Cottage, they ensured that the children were provided with an environment that was warm and encouraging. Through the maintenance of a sense of regularity and consistency in the children's lives, they made certain that the children's routines were consistent and that they had a feeling of self-assurance in the environment that surrounded them. They made soothing meals, read bedtime stories, and played games with the children in order to achieve the goals of maintaining the children's spirits and establishing a sense of normalcy in the midst of the chaos. In addition, Michael and Carol made it a point to respond to the children's emotional needs on a continuous basis. They did this by offering the children a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and words of support wherever they seemed to be in need of such help. The children were encouraged to talk about their feelings, express their concerns, and share their thoughts in a manner in which their mother was being handled. By providing the children with hugs, offering comfort, and kind advice, they were able to aid the children in navigating the emotions and concerns that they were experiencing. The responsibilities that their daughter was bearing were alleviated in part by Michael and Carol, who, in addition to giving their daughter with emotional support, also took on the responsibility of fulfilling practical tasks. They helped with the responsibilities around the house, aided with running errands, and made certain that the children's day-to-day needs were met all at the same time. The children were able to have a sense of being cared for and supported as a result of the joint efforts of the members of the team who contributed to the establishment of an environment that was loving and supportive. As Princess Catherine focused on her therapy, Michael and Carol were very helpful in taking care of their grandchildren. And during the period, Princess Catherine was able to focus on her treatment. Their unwavering commitment to their family and their determination to go to the extraordinary lengths to ensure the health and happiness of their loved ones is shown by the fact that they were able to provide the children with a strong foundation of love, stability, and comfort during the time that was fraught with difficulty and uncertainty. Thanks for taking the time to view the video. We would appreciate it if you could talk to us about your thoughts. And for the time being, we'll say goodbye to you.